So welcome back, everyone. So for this one, it's the same thing, but there's just in terms of your steps, you want to make sure again you're breathing in. This is just hard and fast rules, so you don't just keep that in mind. Breathing in, out, round, tight core, up, round. Of course, good old home gym. So much stuff everywhere. And again, the same kind of thing. You want your core to be tight. This is a lesson you got to transfer to your back squatting. All this muscle you want activated and such. And for this one, you want your knee pushing against your hand. You want to make sure that your hip is underneath. So whatever you do, just kind of go back a little bit, like, or push your leg back just a little bit, because it always looks like this. So you want to be right here. You want to be at a nice right angle. You want to be pushing hard. You want all of this rounded. You want all this core tight. So again, dig your back in there. Breathe in, out, there. And raise it about 5 inches. And then just like hold it to 3 seconds or something. Reset. If you get a shaky feeling when you go up, you're doing it right. So if you go up there and you're like kind of feeling a little bit of that, that's actually a sign you're doing it right. Again, the wrong way to do it is just go like that. It's not a range of kind of motion here. So you want to be very deliberate. And if you're feeling that, you're flexing this core. But if you'll notice, if I do it that way, I'm coming right off the ground like that. So keep the range of motion limited for that. Next up, is what's called the dead bug. So you probably have heard of the dead bug before. And the dead bug is another good one if you do it properly. So the dead bug is... There's two, the dead bug as well has 2 different versions. So the one I'm going to focus on today is the one that the opposite hand and the opposite leg go down. So this one is pretty much a regular dead bug that you can do. And it's kind of very similar to the whole idea, Yeah, we got these like this, pardon me. I always take a moment to get myself coordinated like that. So anyway, sorry about that. But you want the dead bug, it's the same kind of idea of you want to start off like this with your hands up in the air, and then go, make sure you get yourself nice and coordinated. If you've noticed my clunkiness, the clunkiness aspect of it is you got to think about what you're doing here. It's very easy to get your hands kind of off and offside. So with this one, the basic thing again is very similar to the McGill sit-up. You want to make sure that your tight core is tight, you're breathing down, your core is into the ground, your legs are at 90-degree angles, and your arms are about right here, kind of right parallel to your shoulders. Just always pull them back a little bit because they're always too forward. And you just want to, again, just nicely, slow and controlled, do the standard dead bug. Too often people just do the dead bug, but they don't actually think about being slow and deliberately controlled, keeping nicely their lower back dug into the ground. So that's a good one to do 20 times or so. If you want to mix it up, you can also put on a... you want to also put on your shoes. And again, like I said, you may think, oh, well, this guy's not being very professional in that he just kind of walks around and throws on his shoes, doesn't think beforehand. But I'm showing you again that, this is a process in terms of getting yourself nice and warmed up. So the next thing you can do is you can progress this with bands. So you can put a band around your feet. There's about 4 different types in terms of resistance. This one's the most common, but you can just use a very light resistance band. Again, the objective here is to maintain your form. It's not to, it's to still maintain your form. Because again, you're wanting to save the real tough lifting for the back squat, the squatting actions. So. Remember to keep that lower back nicely dug in. And then you can invert it as well. Then you can go on the quadruped and you can push out as well. Or you can go as well on your forearms and kick yourself out like that. The whole goal, again, trying to keep your spine straight as much as possible. So in these kinds of exercises, the big thing is keep in mind, yes?
Do your arms engage on the forearm exercise?
Well, okay, so I was showing you some different types of variations here. So you can go, for example, you can go on your quadruped and you can.
But does your arm extend as your leg does, as you did with the bed bug on your back?
Like with the dead bug?
So when you kick your leg out here,
oh, you mean like for
does your
one?
opposite arm extend as well?
This would be a bird dog. So if you're going to do it this way,
I see.
you're doing that as, remember the bird dog. I'll get to that in a moment. So I'm just saying you can play around with this. You can be on your all fours. You can be on your back. The back is the actual dead bug exercise. Sorry for that. That was kind of confusing there. My bad. So those are some of the other ones that you can try as well. The dead bug you can also do, and I've gone through this one too. And remember, you can also go that particular way. Make sure you put the pressure on there. So, and again, do about 20 of these if you like, and you can.
Would it be same side or opposite side?
For this one, you would want to keep the same. You can do it this way as well. These are different variations, so you can do 5 of these as well. So these are just different types that you can do to get yourself warmed up. The big thing in all of these types of exercises is make sure you keep your core tight. Make sure you keep your core engaged and dug into the floor. Another one is the bear crawl. So there's 2 different versions of the bear crawl.
Let's break here.